welcome to and read another chapter. A little bit about me. I babysit, I homeschool, and there are some days when the energy in this house is at an all-time 12. We've passed 10. 10 being the highest. We are at a 12 today. So today's video is part of my read or declutter bookshelves. I have a lot of books that I have accumulated that I really want to read. I really don't keep books that I am forcing myself to read or have no interest in reading. But as to get a little bit of an intro to this series, we moved to Indiana when my husband went back to seminary school to become a pastor. He is in his last year. As of right now, we don't know where we'll end up, if we will stay here, if we will need to move, or whatever. But in preparing my mind for the possibility of us moving, I realized I have a lot of books that I would have to pack up, and I really don't want to have to wait till the end of the year to really have to start making these decisions. And so what I've decided to do is I have accumulated a lot of books that, of course, I'm interested in, but I'm also realizing that I'm in a transitional season of life that I don't really see getting lighter. Reading is a huge part of my life. I do a lot of reading and editing and read out loud to the kids and whatnot. However, the priorities have shifted, not so much raising my children and homeschooling, but raising my children, homeschooling, helping my husband out financially, and trying to build a homestead, which takes a lot of time, and that includes canning and gardening and all of that. So reading, as much as a priority it has decreased. I still intend to read a lot. I do enjoy it, and it's kind of my me time for that me time culture that is out there today. It's more just a relaxation. Now, I do read a lot for review purposes as well as editing purposes, but those aren't necessarily my choice. There is what's available and given to me. Without further ado, here we go. I have the Raggedy Ann Stories. I saw this and thought it was so sweet. The illustrations remind me so much of Kate Greenwood, I think her name is. But yeah, my daughter isn't interested in this, and I really don't foresee me holding on to that. Something I don't actually like or stand behind the principles of Malcolm X. But I kind of want it in his own words. Well, this is the Autobiography of Malcolm X as told to Alex Haley. And it's a very disjointed written book. I really don't like the way it is written. I'm just like, yeah, I don't care. I really don't care. So I wanted to read it to kind of have an in his own words kind of perspective as to some of the issues that I have with Malcolm X, but I think I'm just going to stand by what I have, and there's that. I have a couple of these books that I remember having on our shelves growing up, and it's kind of in a lot of homeschool libraries, and so I've wanted to read them. I've wanted to get them kind of checked off. Well, it's not going to happen anytime soon, so, and they're ones that I've seen from time to time, so I'll pick them up again when I'm ready. That one is Escape from Warsaw and The Road Home, and I've heard really good things about both of these, and I really do look forward to reading them one day, but that day is not today. Greetings from the Witness Protection. I wanted to read this because it sounded so interesting. So they kind of create, okay, so the marshals are looking for the perfect girl to join a mother and father and son on the run from the nation's most notorious criminals. After all, the bad guys are searching for a family with one kid, not two. Adding a streetwise girl who knows a little something about hiding things may just be what the marshals need. It just sounded so much fun. It still sounds like a lot of fun, but it's just not a high priority right now, so it's gonna go. All the Grays on Green Street. Again, another one that just looks like a whole lot of fun, but it's not a priority right now. When You Trap a Tiger, part of the I want to read all of the Newberries. I've heard mixed feelings about this book recently, so I decided it's one that I think I can pick up easily at the library if I want to get to it anytime soon. So I'm just going to put that there. These are more recent acquisitions of mine, and I'm still as interested in them today as I was that day. But again, I have a lot of intrigue right now with Russia and their politics and things like that. So what I'm doing, instead of reading all of my more recent written works, I'm actually going back. I'm just going back, and I'm starting with Solzhenitsyn, and that will be something that takes me a long time to read through. But I have 1917, which I just remembered I didn't grab. It's on the table in my room. I have 1917, which is kind of the transition year for Russia, and a lot of the intrigue behind the people that suddenly their name has flown from my head. Anyway, that was kind of like one of their pivotal points, supposedly. So I have 1917, I have Bridge of Spies, and I have Strangers on a Bridge. So kind of different points of view on this one. They're going to go. And then I have some Christian fiction. So I have this series by Olivia Newport. I really did enjoy this dual timeline. It's not so much a romance novel for those that are looking for something outside of romance. It's not so much that. You have a present day father-daughter couple. He's kind of been in investigative type of work, and she does a lot of genealogies, family trees. And there's a woman that comes into their life, and she's just trying to escape like her family history of everybody has to be a doctor, and she doesn't necessarily want to be. And then you have a back in time of just how this family and their obsession with being in the medical field came to be. It was really intriguing, and I believe each book kind of takes this father and daughter duo and kind of goes into another aspect of that. It's so fascinating. I really enjoyed it. I read this, and just, it was one of those that I could easily pick up where I had left off and continue on, not a problem. So yes, I would like to read these at some point, but it's just not been a high priority. And again, when I'm looking at all the books that I really want to read, this just kept falling. So I was like, okay, let's focus on that. And then last is Counterfeit Love by Caudill. Okay, I should not have read the back. I think this is one that I can easily pick up again at the library. I did see that Libby has it and Hoopla has it as an audiobook, so if I choose to, I will just pick it up that way and have like a nice lighthearted read for an audiobook next time. So that's going to be the first batch of books that I get rid of. The idea is hopefully to read through 10 books and get rid of at least 5 of those. And that's the idea. That's the basic gist of it, an idea, and hopefully whittle down some of my shelves to when I have to pack up and go, I have a more manageable amount. Especially because my husband, when we moved out here, had 30 plus Apple boxes of books. That takes up a lot. So if that's his amount of books, I need to make sure that mine are a lot smaller. So okay, that's going to be it for today's video, and I will see you soon, because I'm trying to get back into filming. I will see you soon with more videos, so stay tuned. So until next time, have another cup of coffee, please. I need one. And read another chapter.